Jamie here at the Dragonfly Yoga Studio. I am bringing to you today a prenatal yoga video. So we're going to say low to the ground today. This practice is good for all 3 trimesters. As always, moving at a pace and a level that feels good to you. So find a seat. The props that you can use today are blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use books. A bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a pillow. And a blanket, any blanket will do. So we're gonna start off seated on a blanket. That'll give us a little bit of lift. And find a comfortable seat, whether that means the legs crossed or maybe the soles of the feet together, the knees open wide. And when you get to your comfortable seat, take a moment to close the eyes, settle the body into this shape, and begin to take a few moments of deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So breathing in, beautiful. One more breath here. And then begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping this comfortable breath cycle, bring your hands to your knees and just begin to take a few circles. So on the inhale, rounding forward. On the exhale, rounding back. And you can go as deep into these circles as you choose to. And then go in the opposite direction. One more big circle here. And then make the circles smaller and smaller until you find a nice long spine. Sitting up nice and tall. Pressing hands into knees, knees into hands. Inhale, reach the heart forward, open the throat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone slightly around the spine. So depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy, maybe rounding the spine and tucking the tailbone like this isn't as conducive as if you're in your first or maybe even second trimester. Take 1 or 2 more inhales and exhales. Beautiful. And then we're going to make our way back to a neutral spine here. So letting the fingertips come to the mat. Let the shoulders release down. Inhale fully to reach the arms up. On the exhale, bring the hands back down. Beautiful. Use your full inhale to reach up to the sky, lengthen the side body, and then exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms high. On the exhale, we're gonna arch over towards the right, so the right hand falls to the mat. The left fingertips reach over towards the right. And then inhale, both arms high. Exhale to the left. Left hand falls as the right fingertips reach over. So take a few moments to move here with your breath. The inhale will bring you to center. The exhales will bring you to each side. Beautiful. Finishing up on the next side. Come back to center. Reach up towards the sky. Take an in-breath. And then exhale, let the hands come back down to the lap. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms high. On the exhale, left fingertips come forward, right fingertips come back. Find a little twist here. So twisting right under the breastbone. So the belly button is always pointing forward. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Perfect. And then one more each side. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale to the right. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, let it come down. Beautiful. So let the left leg open up to the left, so the sole of the right foot is pressing into the inner left thigh. Left hand can come anywhere on the left leg. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale, arch over towards the left. So breathing into the right side, oftentimes in pregnancy, especially late in pregnancy, our breath is a little bit restricted. Inhale, bring both arms high. On the exhale, bring the right hand to the outside of the right hip. And then inhale, lift the hips, come onto the left foot and right shin and knee. And open the belly. Rotate the left wrist a few times. And then exhale, lower back down. Beautiful. And then open the right leg as well. So we're in a wide-legged seated position here. So maybe going 70% of what you normally would do. So we're not trying to open the legs as wide as we possibly can. Remove the flesh from the sit bones so that the sit bones are nice and rooted. Fingertips can come in front of the body. So this is where props may be helpful. So if you have books or a block or two, you can bring them in front of you. Toes are pointing up towards the sky. Take an inhale to sit nice and tall. And then on the exhale, hinging at your hips, tipping your pelvic bowl forward. Begin to walk the hands forward. So breathing here, you can keep the hands on the props or on the floor. And then with each exhale, maybe that allows you to go a little bit deeper into the fold. So the blocks can be there and you can place your forearms on the blocks. If it's in your practice to bring the forearms all the way down to the mat, you can do that as well. And then we're gonna pause in our fold. So wherever you are, you should still be breathing deeply. If you find that you can't breathe deeply, then just come out of the pose slightly so that you can find that breath once again. So take about 2 or 3 more moments. Wherever you are is perfect. And on your next inhale, go ahead and rise back up. Shoulders over hips. You can move the blocks to the side. And this time we're going to bend the left knee so the sole of the left foot is to the inner right thigh. And if you're ever in a cross-legged or a bent position like this, and the knee is not comfortably finding the floor, you can always place a block underneath the knee. Bring the right hand to the right leg, anywhere that feels good. Left arm is going to reach up towards the sky on the in-breath. Exhale, arch over towards the right. Take a few moments of breath into the left side of the body. Enjoying that space that you've created. And then inhale the arms up. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the left hip on the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, coming onto the left knee, sole of the right foot, open the belly. Make any movement in the right wrist that feels good. Take one more breath. And then exhale, lower. Perfect. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees open wide. Hands to the ankles, the shins, or the feet. Take an inhale, reach the heart forward and begin to slightly fold. And then exhale, round yourself back up. Inhale forward, maybe the elbows press the knees open even more. And then come to rise. Take one more. Perfect. And then slowly and gently crossing over the ankles, we're going to come into our first child's pose. So you can move the blanket to the side, bringing the big toes to touch and the knees open wide. I'm going to come to the side just so you can see from that view. Depending on the belly, let the knees be open to a place that feels good and allows for that space for the belly. Options here is one is to find a block or a prop and place the forehead on the block. That's going to keep the spine level and that's less of a stretch in the low back. Otherwise, to go deeper, place the forehead on the floor. Last option, and the most gentle option, would be to grab the bolster. And again, having space between your hips and the bolster for the belly, just go ahead and release onto the bolster. You can place one cheek to either side. So find a version that works for you. And then settle in here, wherever it is that you are. And if you find that you're in one position and maybe you can go a little deeper, you can just remove the bolster, remove the block, and find comfort wherever you are. Take another few moments here. And then plant the palms. Go ahead and lift yourself up into a tabletop. So lift the hips off of the heels. Bring the knees under the hips or a little bit wider. Hands under the shoulders. And then for the first few moments, just move any way that feels good. That could be swaying the hips here from side to side. Moving forward and back. And then finding a few cat-cows. So come back to neutral. On the inhale, find a long spine and just begin to reach the heart forward and open the throat. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine in a comfortable place. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Continue to flow here. One more inhale, one more exhale. Find a neutral spine here. Walk the hands forward, one handprint. So they're a little bit in front of the shoulders. And then on your in-breath, come forward. We're going to take some big circles here. And on the exhale, the hips come back past the heels. So towards the heels, don't necessarily need to touch. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Beautiful. And the next time you come forward, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So again, making these circles as big or as small as you choose to. Take one more here. And then come back to neutral. Come back to that neutral tabletop where the hands are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. Curl the toes here, and if it's in your practice, lift the knees, lift the hips, find a downward facing dog. And oftentimes in pregnancy, a wider stance may be more comfortable. So you can bring the feet as wide as feels good, always keeping a little bend in the knees. Beautiful. Take a few more moments here. And then inhale, let the knees come down to the mat. Perfect. I'm going to come to face you once again. We're back in that tabletop position here. So on your in-breath, let the right leg extend behind you. Take a moment or two here to find your balance, gazing something that's not moving, maybe a spot on the floor. Stay as you are or reach the left hand forward. So opposite hand, opposite leg. Reaching, take an in-breath. Exhale, the left hand comes down and the right leg comes out to the right. We're going to plant the sole of the foot onto the mat. Toes pointing forward, a little bend in the right knee. We're going to come back to those circles. So inhale forward, exhale back. Perfect. Opposite direction for a few moments here. And then come back to neutral. So the hands are under the shoulders. We're going to point the toes over towards the right here. Walk the hands towards the body and then come to stack shoulders over hips. Perfect. And then come on to the right heel. Shift the hips over towards the left. And then bend into the right knee. So we're just going to begin to open that right hip. Take one more here. And then we're going to pause with the right knee bent over the right ankle. The left toes are curled if comfortable. Right arm reaches pointing in the same direction as the right toes, left hand behind you, so modified warrior two pose here. Take a breath, take an inhale, exhale right elbow to right knee. Maybe the right hand grabs or gently comes onto the belly, left arm reaches up and overhead. Beautiful, gazing up towards the sky if that feels okay. Right knee is tracking open. And then reversing the warrior, we're going to bring the left hand to the left hip. Inhale, the right arm reaches up and over towards the left. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Take an in breath. And then exhale the hands down in front of you. Right knee is going to come back to meet left. And then take a few moments of movement. So whatever that means to you, and always an option to find a child's pose. So the hips come back, props or no props. Reconnecting with your breath. Inhale, rise up into your tabletop once again. And then extend the left leg behind you, pressing through the left heel. Maybe the right arm reaches forward. Take a moment or two here, reaching through the fingertips, extending through the sole of the left foot. Inhale here, and then exhale the right hand down. Left leg is going to come out towards the left. Plant the foot with a little bend in the knee. We're going to take a few circles here, so it doesn't have to look a certain way. It has to feel good. So if you need to adjust the left foot, adjust the left foot. Go in the opposite direction. Perfect. And then we're going to come back to that neutral spine. Left toes are going to point over towards the left. Walk the hands towards the body. Come to stack shoulders over hips. And then begin to bend into that left knee. Straighten any amount. Beautiful. And then find yourself with the left knee over the left ankle. We're going to open up into that warrior two variation. So gazing over the left fingertips, right fingertips behind you. And then side angle. On your next exhale, left elbow to left knee. Maybe the left palm touches the belly, right arm reaches up and overhead. Beautiful. Reversing that warrior. Inhale, the right hand comes to the right hip, left arm reaches up and back. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, the hands come down. Left knee comes back to meet right. Beautiful movement if that feels good. And then we're going to come into our final child's pose. We're just going to walk the hands towards the knees as we come to rise. To sit on our heels only for a moment so we can sit to one side. Bring the legs forward, soles of the feet together, and knees open wide. Beautiful. So we've been here before. Just take a few moments to rock a little bit from side to side. And we're going to come into our final pose of Shavasana. So during pregnancy, we avoid laying flat on our back, especially in the second or third trimester. So today I'm going to show you a Shavasana lying position on our left side. So using a blanket or a pillow for underneath our head at the top edge of the mat, and then using a bolster or a blanket for our lower body. So go ahead and lay down on your left side. The left leg, the bottom leg is going to be bent, And the bolster or the pillow is going to lie alongside the left thigh. The right leg is going to rest right on top of the bolster or the pillow with space here for the belly. You can even begin to tip forward slightly to give you that feeling of laying on your belly even though you're not. So find comfort here. Close your eyes when you're ready. Let your breath come back to its natural pace. Let the earth support you and hold you. Just release here. Letting go of any tension, any worries, any fears. And begin to notice your breath. Just noticing the natural, organic flow of your breath in this moment. And then begin to deepen the inhales and lengthen the exhales. Wake the physical body with gentle movements, wiggling fingers and toes. And then making your way into a comfortable seated position. So using your hands to bring yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Close the eyes gently, hands resting in a comfortable place. We're going to take 3 cleansing breath cycles together. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So inhaling. Beautiful. One more. And then bringing your hands to your heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for your practice today and honoring that light within yourself. The love and light in me honors the love and light in you. It was an honor sharing my practice with you today. Namaste.